discuss these. One is the Guru mantra. Okay, these are mantras that are brought to life, enlivened by self-realized master. And if the master chants this particular chant, he energizes that mantra. And then that mantra has now power. These mantras, when we read and practice these weren't just mantras that somebody invented. These were mantras that were designed that brought together different currents of energy, different streams of energy to help us overcome various obstacles and channels. And self-realized masters who have that complete realization learn how to use different mantras and create different mantras for the purpose of helping humanity in different ways. The Guru mantra is a type of mantra. Yogananda was very well known for that. He took a lot of mantras, changed them into English. He actually wrote some of his own, and he enlivened those mantras because he transferred the shakti over to those words through divine intervention. And that is what we would call a Guru mantra, handed down by a real mantra, a teacher of mantra or a guru of mantra. The other type of mantra is what we would call the bija mantra. And this is the seed, these are known as the seed sounds. And these sounds are the root sounds. These are specific sounds that represent different aspects of energy within us. Okay? These are like the gum of Ganesha. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namaha. We mentioned Durga earlier. Durga is Om Dum Durgaye Namaha, or Om Dum Durgaye Swaha. So then that bija for Durga is Dum. Okay? For example, there's another bija for Lakshmi. Om Shrim Lakshmiye Swaha. Om Shrim Lakshmiye Swaha. So these bija sounds represent pivotal, very specific ways to awaken types of energy, potentials in us. Okay? And these bija mantras are also connected to what are called the shakti mantras. And the shakti mantras relate to mantras that awaken the feminine divine energy. These are related to the goddess Lakshmi, to Durga, to Kali, and many of the tantric mantras are what we would consider shakti mantras. Okay? Shakti meaning that they have a power to awaken the kundalini. They're very, very powerful kundalini mantras. And so these are also very important. Then we also have the Bhakti. Even though Bhakti should be practiced in any form of mantra, these Bhakti mantras go more with different, you would say, types of cultural songs. These are more songs that are done in a devotional manner to a particular deity or avatar, like the Krishna mantras are very much types of bhakti mantras. To Ram also. Many to Divine Mother, you know. And then in the Vedas, there are different types of Vedic types that are called stotras. And then we also have slokas. We see the stotras are very much, these are types of hymns, you would say. Hymns that awaken the divine energy. So there's many, what I'm trying to explain here is that there are many types of forms of mantra. And there's many ways to use mantra. The essence of mantra is rooted in devotion, and it is also rooted in awakening the power of soma, which we brought up, that these all have the capacity. In the Vedas, this was referred to as the soma energy, very much a nectar-like energy that will give us the capacity to heal. So when we do them, they enliven this capacity. The other mantras that are key to this are the scriptural mantras that are used and chanted as different verses in Scripture. So, for example, the Ashtanga Yoga Sutras are often recited as a scriptural type of a mantra. They aren't necessarily as melodic and harmonious as a devotional mantra is, but they're done in what is called a particular Gayatri, or a meter of practice. The word Gayatri actually isn't just the name of a song. It was the name of that very popular song in the Vedas, known as the Gayatri Mantra, but there were many Gayatris in the Vedas, and the word Gayatri really referred much more to a meter, a way that the mantra was intonated and practiced with syllables and consonants. And the reason why the Gayatri Mantra became so famous was because of Vishwamitra and his story of the tapas that he did to experience the light that he experienced, and this Gayatri Mantra came to him. Om Bhuvaha Swaha Mahajanaha. Om Tat Savitur Varanyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayate, which is the extreme mantra of light. It is the ultimate mantra of the light. And we use that particular mantra to increase our knowledge, our gyan, our wisdom, our perception, our ability to have intuition. The Gayatri Mantra is very powerful for that. In fact, mantra is not something that was ever just done without instruction. Mantra, like asana, like pranayama, like diet and herbs, should be prescribed. It should be recommended. And we should be guided to use the proper mantras that will work for us. You know, grocery store mantra practice doesn't necessarily bring much benefit, meaning doing a different mantra every day just because you want to try some variety. It doesn't work that way. Usually the guru or the mantra teacher, there are specific mantra, I had a mantra teacher, and he gives mantra diksha, which is the initiation of diksha. This is sort of he invokes the transfer of the mantra over to you. And I was given the diksha for the Gayatri Mantra about 7-8 years ago. And it has helped me to cultivate knowledge and understanding and that perception. And so I still do it every day. And it's not how much you do it, but it's the focus and the intention with deep feeling and resonance for why you're repeating the mantra. So the mantras should be chosen very specifically and given to the person. And you use a couple. You use one. Usually in mantra diksha, and when there's initiation into a guru-disciple relationship, when that point comes for you, if it has already, great. There is a mantra that is given to that individual based on their karma. And then, so that mantra that you're given has a seed syllable or a bija. And then you repeat that mantra. That is the mantra that you practice when you meditate, every time that you meditate. And typically, this is how the tradition has given out mantra and practiced mantra. This is very different than what's happening today with just everybody chanting devotional mantras and just with really no real intention, no meaning. One week they love the mantra, the next week they're tired of it, they don't want to hear it again. It doesn't really work that way, and it doesn't. That means that the right intention isn't placed. We have to keep in mind that these mantras are divine in that they have been practiced for thousands of years, carried with an intention. If you ever were to see somebody chant with that devotion and that sincerity, in one repetition they can have samadhi of the word, because the word expands the energy within. And it is a shortcut, it is a fast way. This whole practice, pranayama, meditation, is nothing without the mantra, because we need that sense of compassion and feeling to dissolve all of the manas out of the head. The mantra can do a certain amount of work by repetition. It is said that you'd have to repeat the bija, shreem, kleem, hreem, whatever it is, thousands of times for them to take benefit. That's if you're just repeating them really with no focus and attention. But someone with great focus and attention can take one mantra, repeat it with great intention, and have realization. So especially the shakti bijas, these bija mantras are very, very powerful, and they can be used for different things at different times. And remember that mantras work more on the mind. While postures are for the body, mantras are like the postures for the mind. And what the mantras do is help to get out the tightness, the blocks that you develop in your mind by doing the mantra over and over again.